My name's Chris. I'm one of the co-founders of BVNK. And today, I want to share with you our product vision. How BVNK is helping businesses accelerate their payments with stablecoins. And I have 3 takeaways. Key shifts we see unfolding based on 5 years of working at the forefront of stablecoin payments. The first one, stablecoins are the biggest infrastructure upgrade to payments in decades. Number 2, within 5 years, every major fintech will integrate stablecoins. And the third one, stablecoins will go mainstream when they're truly interoperable with fiat. So let's dive in. Stablecoins are the biggest infrastructure upgrade to payments in decades. Why? Because they're programmable, global, and instant, making them a better choice for many types of transactions, whether that's a $10 micropayment or moving $1 billion cross-border. But when we think about payments products, there's generally 4 key criteria. These are speed, cost, reliability, and convenience. So stablecoins have some clear advantages, but also several trade-offs as compared to traditional payment rails like ACH, cards, and wires. So let's look how stablecoins stack up. Speed. Stablecoins are faster than ACH and wire transfers and can compete with card payments. Cost. They're cheaper than cards, but can be less predictable due to gas fees. Reliability. Generally strong, but dependent on the blockchain stability on which they run. And convenience. They require crypto wallets, making them less intuitive for mainstream users as compared to cards and bank transfers. For cross-border payments, for cross-border B2B payments, stablecoins can be a game changer. But for everyday consumer transactions, cards still dominate due to their convenience and acceptance, specifically here in the US. And now stablecoins are not perfect. You know, right now, to me, it feels like it's early cloud computing. They're powerful, but not yet seamless for all use cases. Businesses are still figuring out how to plug in, and the setup can be complex. But BVNK is making that easier. And just as cloud eliminated the needs for businesses to run their own servers, stablecoins will abstract away the fragmented payment rails. Money will move like data. Instant, programmable, and borderless. We're headed into a world where payments are on-chain, just like content is now on demand, where businesses won't need to think about the rails, just the outcomes. Over time, middlemen will disappear, costs will compress, and stablecoins will be the invisible engine behind global payments. And now that we've covered utility, let's look at adoption. Stablecoins are scaling faster than any other global payment rail today. Total supply has gone from 5 billion to north of 220 billion in just over 5 years. And this market cap is turning over, with 32 trillion of transaction volume in stablecoins in 2024 alone. And if we double-click on just the payments use cases, that's around 6 trillion. Making stablecoins half of Visa's volume and 3x that of PayPal's, and that's around 3% of global cross-border payments volume today. And they're growing faster than the internet did in its early years, and faster than all other traditional payment networks. And they're still gathering steam. Jan 2025's volume was 2x that of Jan 2024. And with exponential growth like this, imagine where this is going. In the next 5 years, we expect this 3% to grow to 20% of global cross-border payments volume, making stablecoin payments a $60 trillion payments opportunity. And on top of this, we're seeing increasing regulatory clarity, which is a huge unlock. Here in the US, Trump is actively pro-crypto, and we're likely to see clear stablecoin regulation in the next 6 to 12 months. And in the EU, frameworks like MiCA are in full force. This is not speculation. Stablecoins are already reshaping global payments infrastructure. And now that we've established that it's not a small shift, but actually the foundation of the next $60 trillion payments market, To remain competitive, all fintechs will need to integrate stablecoins. And the big players are already moving, with the likes of Visa and WorldPay, but many, many more are testing stablecoin payments or refining their stablecoin strategy. And here are some of the top business use cases that we see. These are PSPs settling merchants in stablecoins or businesses paying suppliers cross-border. And when it comes to consumer use cases, we're seeing even more activity, whether it's salary payouts, marketplace payouts, or even emerging market users using it as a store of value. And this is just the start. At BVNK, we make it easy for businesses to launch their own stablecoin products instead of building from scratch. So any fintech can embed stablecoin payments into their own app or platform. But there's a fundamental problem with existing solutions, and that's that moving money between fiat and stablecoins is complex, and the UX sucks. Payments run on separate systems, banks rely on SWIFT, SEPA, ACH, and stablecoins move on blockchains like Ethereum and Tron. Businesses are forced to stitch together multiple providers, third-party exchanges for on and off ramps, navigate complex compliance hurdles just to move money globally. Most banks won't touch stablecoins, and stablecoins alone can't replace fiat. The result? Slow, fragmented, and expensive payments. So we set out to fix it. BVNK has built the first embedded wallet that bridges fiat and crypto in a single, seamless solution. Our embedded wallet unifies fiat and stablecoins in one platform with direct access to SWIFT, SEPA, ACH, and faster payments, so businesses can receive, send, and convert between currencies instantly and globally, without the friction of legacy banking. Let me show you how it works. So let's take a look at this e-commerce platform. This e-commerce platform business wants to act like a fintech and provide their merchants with true payments flexibility across both stablecoin and fiat. And here we're looking at the merchant's view, where you can see multiple wallets and in different currencies. And if this merchant wants to get settled by a PSP via SWIFT, they simply access the deposit details, which includes their business's name, the account details, and they share that. And as we can see, this payment lands an update in the list of transactions. Now, the same merchant wants to use their USD balance to pay out to a globally based supplier in stablecoins. And they just want this USD to auto-convert upon payout. All they need to do is select Make a Payment, choose the wallet, look at the list of beneficiaries, which has already been pre-saved with the preferred payout method, whether that is Euro via SWIFT, USD via SWIFT, Euro via SEPA, or just to stablecoin wallet addresses. The merchant simply selects the beneficiary, adds the amount to pay in dollars, and just like that, the transaction settles near instantly in stablecoins, and the USD balance is updated. BVNK's embedded wallet gives fintechs and platforms full flexibility across banking and blockchain rails. And this brings me to my third takeaway. Stablecoins will only go mainstream when they're truly interoperable with fiat. Stablecoins are better infrastructure for global payments because they remove the intermediaries, which is actually what makes payment slow and expensive in the first place. This is a pretty common narrative in the industry. But let's look at a typical correspondent banking model used for cross-border payments, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. Say I'm a business owner in the US, I'm trying to pay a supplier in Mexico. It takes me 3 to 5 days. There are at least 4 banks involved. And I'm charged transaction and processing fees, multiple steps along the way. Each bank has to do their own compliance checks. And now let's compare that same flow through stablecoins. So stablecoins, in this sense, replaces the messaging layer, SWIFT, and the money movement layer, the correspondent banking system. So if you're a BVNK customer, we make this payment for you in a matter of minutes, using a stablecoin to accelerate the middle part of the payment journey, commonly called the stablecoin sandwich. Sounds great, right? So then why hasn't this gone mainstream? A couple of reasons. The first one, practicality. While US dollars can be used to protect savings from local currency inflation, expenses like groceries and utilities still need to be settled in local currencies. Network effects. The global economy still runs on fiat, and stablecoins have just not reached critical mass yet. Complexity. Right now, the stablecoin sandwich is just too manual. Businesses need to coordinate across liquidity providers to swap fiat and stablecoins, local partners for off-ramp and payouts in fiat, multiple banks, PSPs, exchanges. This just doesn't scale well. At BVNK, we're solving this with Layer 1, our payments orchestrator. But you might say, Chris, payments orchestration, it's not new. We've seen this in traditional payments, where platforms optimize routing, reduce costs, eliminate complexity. But this is not just about fiat and stablecoins. It's about orchestrating seamless money movement across old and new rails. Layer 1 is essentially BVNK's tech stack unbundled from our fully managed custody and payments offering. Instead of using BVNK's banking partners, liquidity partners, licensing, with Layer 1, you just plug in your own. While solutions like Fireblocks were built to hold assets, Layer 1 is built to move them across chains and rails, making fiat and stablecoins interchangeable. Custody, bring your own custodian or use the Layer 1 vault. Liquidity, integrate 60+ liquidity venues and execute multi-leg trades. Payments, orchestrate fiat and stablecoin transactions across banks and payment partners. Compliance, on-chain and off-chain compliance built in. With Layer 1, BVNK is enabling any business to launch stablecoin products, whether they want to manage the infrastructure themselves or have a full managed solution. So, to recap, 3 takeaways. Stablecoins are the biggest infrastructure upgrade to payments in decades. Over the next 5 years, every large fintech will have a stablecoin solution. 3, stablecoins will go mainstream when they're truly interoperable with fiat. And the question I want to leave you with tonight is, will you lead this shift or get left behind? The good news is, if you're ready to lead, we're here to help. So let's chat. Thank you very much.